Oh my god, it's absolutely brilliant! Hey folks, it's the Red, and welcome to Let's Play Big Nose the Caveman. One of the most fond memories I've had in gaming. Here's our brief little NES-style story. Big Nose comes out of the cave, notices a big bird, and wants to cook it into something tasty, so he goes chasing after it. Boom, there's your story. Begin. NES games didn't really do that much. Anyway, yeah. This is Big Nose the Caveman. A pretty basic platformer. I don't feel like I need to explain much. You just run, you jump, you swing your club, you hit stuff. I do have a lot of memories with this game. It was probably one of the biggest influences I had to get into platforming in the first place, as well as gaming. This and Mario. This first stage is not very hard at all, and I don't know why that bone is there. You can't possibly get up there. But regardless, at the end of every level there's a boss. First up we have a Triceratops named Spike. That's the official name, from what I've found. There's not a whole lot of information available for this game because this isn't actually an official NES game because it was never licensed by Nintendo. It was developed by some company called Camerica, and they were never officially licensed to produce NES games. It came out pretty late in the NES era, in fact, in the same year the Super NES came out. So anyway, you can hit these rocks and sometimes you'll get power-up. There we got stones. I should probably explain that. Those three purple things that look like grapes that I'm picking up, those are actually called stones. You pick them up, and then you can start throwing stones. You can carry up to 3 stones at once, and you'll get 1 for every rock you pick up. The bones that I'm picking up are the currency of the game. Later on there will be shops that will let me buy stuff. Useful stuff. Hit this rock a few times, and boom, I'm invincible. Woohoo! Nothing can kill me for the entire stage, because the invincibility never wears off until you either complete the game, or until you... The game, yeah, right. You keep your invincibility for the rest of the stage, unless you fall into a hole. Which is pretty much the only thing that would be able to kill you at that point. Alright, we should be far enough to begin shopping. Yes, here we go. Occasionally you'll come into 3 shops like these. You can go into any one of them, or you can just go exit if you so choose, but I'm gonna go into this one because this guy, Larry, sells me all the best stuff. See, these are all club upgrades I can buy. Here's the double club. It will let me swing the club twice per every press of the B button. The fast club, well, as the name implies, you swing it very quickly. These two go nicely with the auto club, making it so all I have to do is hold the B button to automatically use my fast and double club. That's going to be a fine combination, and we'll throw in some fast stoning to go with it. I can't afford the power stones, but basically, it's like projectile penetration. You can shoot a rock through an enemy and into another. Very circumstantial, not too useful, but with all these upgrades, now I can swing like a madman, and that rock that I just hit caused an earthquake, and it's screwing up my control timing. Like, there's a slight delay in my jumps, but once you travel a certain distance, it'll wear off. I also love the music on this level. Let's listen for a minute. Okay, we have a rock here that's actually a bit of a trick rock. See, if you hit it from this side, a rock will fall from the sky on your head, and that's kind of neat. But if you hit it from this side, the platform opens up, and now you can go and collect these bones. Kind of a beginner's trap, if you ask me. It is one of the flaws with this game, is that there's a lot of bad design choices in the game, and we'll see plenty more examples of it as we go along. But yeah, with this upgrade, Big Nose is quite powerful, and in fact, maybe a little broken. I do like this upgrade, though. It may be broken, but it's quite fun to bash enemies like this. Anyway, we have another boss here. This is Ripper. Looks like a dinosaur out of the Flintstones. If you have the proper upgrades, taking him down is not too hard. If you don't have stones, however, fighting these bosses, many of them, will actually be next to impossible because, well, while you're carrying stones, if you get hit while carrying stones, you will take damage, you will lose your stones, and be reverted to just the standard club that you started with. And if you get hit while you have no stones, then you lose a life. Simple enough, yes. The club by itself is not very reliable because of its incredibly short range, plus the fact that you have to get into an enemy's face, and that's likely to get you killed. These platforms are a little screwy, you have to walk with them. Honestly, the game as a whole is a little simple in design. It controls pretty well, it looks very nice, but as the game itself, I guess on its own merits, can be kind of boring for some. Okay, here's an example of one of those rocks. You hit it from the side and a rock would fall on your head. If you're not ready for that, it'll fall on your head and that won't be pretty. Ooh, that was almost bad. But this was one of my favorite games while growing up, even if it isn't one of the best. Okay, we have a boss here. His name is Stinger. If you have rocks, stand on this one and just keep chucking them at him until he dies. And down he will go. Okay, time for some rather repetitive music. This is probably my least favorite track in the game. And yes, thanks to the double club, I can actually hit enemies behind me. This club loadout is so broken. But it's a good kind of broken. And yes, that is a thing. This club sure does rock! I saw you back there. Whoa, okay, that was almost bad. See, if that thing had hit me from below, I probably would have taken damage there. Which is probably also worth noting, if I do end up taking damage, I would also lose all my club upgrades. Then I would have to get to another shop later on to try and rebuy them. That's even assuming I get the right shop. Because only Larry sells me all those upgrades. The other ones could sell me spells or extra lives! Oh, why did that happen? Clumsy mistakes. Not uncare. Did that really just happen twice? I swear, I did plenty of practice runs before this. I hope this is not a sign of things to come. We have another boss coming up, but he's not going to be too bad. It's some sort of flying lizard. Just chuck rocks at him. He follows a pretty definitive pattern. And down he goes. Okay, we have most of this island finished now. We're about to take off. In one of the most hilarious ways possible. But first, we gotta do some shopping. Let's head over here. Okay, good. You're the guy selling extra lives. So, yes, I'll take one of those. At least, for now. And we will also take... Yeah, I'll go for an invincible. As for these other things... Oh, well, I'll take an auto club as long as it's here. The quick stop here... I'm not really sure what the deal is with it, but... Supposedly, this will let you stop quickly, because, as you may have... Because Big Nose doesn't exactly do a very good job slowing himself down, but as I've tested this thing out, it doesn't seem to work as advertised. And we also have a float spell, which basically lets you do infinite double jumps. And here it's prompting us, telling us how to use the spells. So yeah, you hit the select button and then you can see all the spells you've purchased. I don't want to use that right now, so let's go back to the game. Let me get my stones built back up. Whoa, okay. I was lucky. But yeah, Big Nose uses his club like a helicopter and flies through the level. Also, for some reason, the water is purple. That might be a glitch with my game system. This isn't an original NES that I'm playing this on, so if you hold the A button, you can ascend. Which is kind of misleading, because the game manual tells you to repeatedly press A in order to ascend, and it makes you go up this slow, and frankly, pressing A that long would get kind of tedious. So yeah, just hold the A button, it's much easier. Other than that, yeah, it's just a leisurely scroll to the right. Should be getting pretty close now. Whoa, okay. I am so glad I can hit from behind. I'm glad the backswing counts as a hit. Excuse me, buddy. Alright, and the final boss of this island is some sort of sea serpent. As far as I can tell, it doesn't have a name. Neither did that flying lizard, now that I think about it. But he goes down in 4 hits, and it's no problem. In between each island, we will have a cutscene. Ah, me hate birds! Me take this one with me! So yeah, that was a thing. Next time on Big Nose the Caveman. Monster Isle.